Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. It is Saturday. Welcome back, Rootin. How are things?
I mean, besides what happened.
Oh yeah, well, I figure I'm not gonna mention that because that's personal.
Fair
You
enough.
you can be the one that shares it if anything, but there's
Eh,
no
other
requirement
than
for it.
that, things have been going good. I got my end of the school year bonus. Got
Nice,
like an extra $15 to $2,000.
nice. Then you all spend it on booze and chicks. Something decidedly never talk about.
If booze and chicks is code word for immediately put it in the savings, then
Hell
yes I
yeah.
did.
Hell yeah. Booze and chicks, booze and chicks.
Booze and chicks.
So, today we are playing a scenario from Fanatic Enterprise, kind of similar to last week. However, this is from a different pack. This is from the Dutch pack. We've played a bunch of scenarios from this already, I believe. I'm just trying to see here. Wow, actually, we haven't touched Dutch pack yet, I don't think. That's impressive. Um,
FE? We touched it last week.
we've played FE before, but not the Dutch pack specifically, which is again very surprising because a lot of them are early war stuff. Several of them are on May 10th, 1940. So I'm surprised we haven't seen this particular pack yet. Either way, this takes place at Maastricht in the Netherlands, as you can imagine, 1940. So it's the Dutch versus the Germans. This scenario is rather interesting. So we have a very small force on both sides. It is a 4.5 turn scenario. There's no wind. It's moderate, and the Dutch essentially are setting up anywhere west of on west of EE4. It's weird that they actually say EE4 specifically. I don't know if that's supposed to mean that you can't go further north than that. I played it as if that's not the case, because I don't know, it doesn't really make much sense. Normally, it would just say the hex row instead of hex row coordinate. Either way, uh, the scenario card for this has a very weird counter. Presumably, you're looking at it right now, Rutan, as well. I interpret it as a wire counter and not a roadblock counter, just because like it's got a lot of spinny doodles and the.
I thought that was a roadblock.
Oh, you know what? Considering how that might those doodles, because I interpreted those doodles as like the hedgehogs that are like holding up. I guess maybe that is a roadblock. Well
So
then, fuck
I thought the two lines, straight lines, was the road,
the
and then
road.
anything over the road.
Fuck. All right. Well, give me a sec here. Let me see if I can roadblock shenanigans. Where is fortify roadblock? If I hip this,
Well,
cool.
while
Uh,
you're doing that,
where the fuck would I have ever put a roadblock here? I think this would have made a lot of sense. And like, I got one there, so where would I put the other one? You'd have to. Yeah, I guess like these are the only ones that make sense. All right, well, rip me because that's gonna make this a whole lot worse. Oh man, I thought they were wire, and I was like, man, I got this in a great spot. All that shit. Anyways, before we get to Rutan's commentary on this mission, so what's interesting about this scenario is that essentially there are no full squads here. The Dutch get half squads entirely, and so do the Germans. Um, Also, specifically, the Germans must all come in as passengers, so they have a lot of vehicles in this scenario, which is just interesting in and of itself. But I think I understand the commentary you're going to have, and I will probably agree with it. um, yeah, all German infantry units essentially must come in as passengers. The Dutch come in or exist as a defensive force. And the objective for today's mission is that the Dutch must Essentially try to prevent the German player from exiting 21 or more VP off of the west edge, aka the left side of the map, and which 6 of those VPs must be non-crew infantry. Unfortunately, if you don't have a lot of easy ways to get people out of vehicles, then you might have an easy time with this scenario. But what did you want to add for this one?
So, like, as I was setting up, the more this like little clip from like a YouTuber I used to watch kept playing in my head. Just like, uh, I have it here on my soundboard. Just
Uh-oh.
Hey guys, I'm getting a little upset.
just get a little upset, just a little bit, because I'm just like, this. Not in the man, this is making me pissed off way, but more in the this is just nobody's gonna have a good time
here. Probably. So because I thought they were wire, this existed, which is why it was a little. The defense was a little top heavy somewhere else. Because I was like, oh, well, if you got fucking half tracks or whatever, or like armored cars, then like, sure, this will be inviting, and then like you can't drive through, or you can drive through them, but maybe you'll immobilize. But those don't exist, so that's cool. Anyways,
I don't know. I just legitimately thought those were roadblocks. Like I do not know.
I mean, on first look, I thought they were wires, and I was like, why would they give you wire instead of roadblock? And I thought, oh, well, maybe the roadblock is too strong, right? But
no roadblock, and then you see what happens.
Well, no roadblock. I think not having anything would be kind of fucking insane, especially because like I don't know. When I was looking at the wire counter and the roadblock counter, I was just like, it looks more like wire, like someone fucked up a wire counter than anything else. Ultimately, I'm just gonna say that if I lose, which is probably gonna be a guarantee, considering, I fully blame the snare designers, and this is something that you should, as a snare designer, really look into and fucking playtest. If you have a counter that has no name and I have to try and interpret it, show it to like 3 people. It doesn't 3 people who have never played the game before, and be like, do you understand what this would be in a World War II context? And if they can't tell you what it is, then you fucking write the name. In fact, just write the fucking name roadblock on it. Please, thank you. it would not kill you to do this.
I also like to add this to the list of scenario packs which they tell me the vehicle, but they don't tell me which variant of the vehicle, because this is yet another one where I get the 6 rod, but it doesn't tell me, is it the one with 2 machine guns or the one with 3?
Oh, I had a fear that would come up again as well.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Again, as usual, because I'm a benevolent god, I always pick the one with the least amount of machine guns.
God, okay there. Start summoning Necrons, and we can talk about who's a god or not.
Excuse me, I will summon all the Necrons.
Oh no, we're losing viewership. We're not talking about ASL. Well,
speak of it, Warhammer.
That's right. From one stinky nerd to another, we cannot cross pollinate.
Oh, sucks to be them. All right. So, do you want to just get this?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to fucking lose in a flash because of the setup here.
All right, let me. Where the fuck is it? Here, just slap that on there. Alright, weather. Oh, no weather. Okay. No
Damn.
rally, no prep fire, no movement. Alright.
No movement. Alright, cool, sick.
Oh,
Defensive fire.
I was like, wait a minute.
I advance. You can't. They're all vehicles. Shit.
Well, I guess I'll lose. Alright. So, I'll go here for 1.
You will try, and then I will reveal a wonderful 248, and I mean, I should be able to see there. I can. Cool.
Alright, cool.
Open. Sure, yeah, you get there for 1. Actually, is that 1 your half track? Is half track 1 on grass?
Yes.
Damn it. Is it actually? I never. I can't wait to see more half tracks in our games. Yeah, one cool.
I played enough half tracks. I played what was it, Hatton, and I'm like, ah,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
half tracks. Uh,
Half tracks everywhere.
I mean, where's terrain? Just now you're making me like second guess myself.
Look,
Now
I
I'm
saw.
like,
I agree. I said I checked it. I saw one. I agreed. I'm just.
okay,
I'm just surprised. I mean, it makes sense, but still, I'm glad to see that sort of stuff happen. More
yeah,
vehicles,
one,
please.
two,
You were there for 2.
4,
You can be there for 4 if you'd like.
5,
Sure.
6.
I will take the opportunity to shoot at you with the 248 and CC3. It is a 2 firepower up 2, I believe.
Okay.
Dang, off by 1. Because I'm pretty sure there's no. I'm pretty sure the crew stuff is always just a +2. Do you get the +2 for passengers? I assume so.
I I'm not sure.
We
I
have
guess
to check that.
if anything, it's like, what do I get it for being in motion? I don't know.
No, because it's an IFT shot. Um,
Oh yeah, that's IFT Undertaker.
oh
So-
my Undertaker. Damn.
Oh, Undertaker, you didn't finish your cucumber. Okay.
Is there? I'm gonna check chapter H to see what's up in there because I'm pretty sure. I don't think the passengers get it, but I don't remember what they do get is the problem.
Oh, let me
Where
consult my rule book.
you have SPW 251s or 250/1s, 250/1, which is always in a weird spot. So thank you. Designed to be armored, yada yada yada. See German vehicle note N. So there's nothing special about the half track. It just has the one side armor, which we don't care about right now because we're not dealing with that. So I need to check for collateral. God, I only wish that someone didn't somehow lose that one online resource. It was so cool. I have to go to C and the original C. Where is my collateral on... Of course, I have to check the divider. Okay, where is AFE destruction? Not looking at that. Multiple hits? No. Lost ROF? No. Target facing? No. All the 2 kill tables? Also no. Collateral attack. Okay, so we've got a general, specific. I'm using IFV versus an AFV because it has armor. It's a general. Now, does a passenger have armor? Half track. A vehicle class is recognizable. Yeah. That we know. I'm gonna have to check passengers, aren't I?
No, you're gonna have to check collateral attacks on chapter D.
But wouldn't because it would just be a general. Because if the collateral does not have a plus modifier to it, then that would be a normal morale check on the guys inside. That's why it's so
So,
important.
is resolved a collateral attack, whether general or specific, is resolved as a separate attack versus the vehicle's vulnerable PRC immediately subsequent to the resolution of the attack versus the vehicle, using the attacking weapon / ammo types IFTIP and the same original effects dice rolled resolved attack versus the vehicle.
And because it's the same original, we're talking the 5, not the modified 7.
Okay.
Passengers bailing out target status. Riders are always vulnerable to fire. You're not a rider, you're a passenger. They can never be buttoned up like an AFV crew. Okay, we're still talking about riders. Where is armored half track? An armored half track is unique in that it can carry passengers who either share the AFV's invulnerability to small R fire while
Oh.
button up, or can be CE. So presumably those guys are button up. As long as an armored half track passengers are not CE, they may not be attacked separately. Exception A7.211 from their vehicle, i.e., the half track itself must be attacked in order to harm the passengers, even in CC, unless the fire has an elevation advantage greater than the range to the half track.
I guess, were you aiming at the half track as the target?
Yeah, because I can't
Okay.
affect the.
When a vehicle is attacked as a pre-designated target but not destroyed, any vulnerable PRC in/on it is
Yep.
subject to a full strength specific collateral attack as per D8 above. The only DRM which applies is that for any applicable CE status. No other unit in the same location is affected by the firepower of a specific collateral attack. A deliberate mobilization hit never causes a specific collateral attack.
Okay, so D662 people, CE. Armored half-track passengers crew are always considered CE unless broken, shocked, pinned, or beneath a button-up counter. You do not have a button-up counter. And when CE are entitled to normal +2 DRM as per 5.31. So, unfortunately for me, those guys still get the +2, which means that it's 1 over pin, so nothing happens.
All that and for nothing.
Hey, look, it's important, and we know now. So next shots, like, we don't have to worry about it as much. So
Yeah.
this is why you gotta learn, people. When you play these games, you learn, and we figure it out. Yeah, you're good there.
8,
Sure.
9, 10,
Okay.
11,
Sure.
12,
Mm-hmm.
13,
Yep.
14, 15,
Mm-hmm.
16,
Sure.
17,
Mm-hmm.
18 in motion.
Okay.
Of course, this was 1, 2. See it.
Cool.
3,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5.
Oh, I should put in case it happens, but it probably won't. But in case you like unload there for no reason.
6, 7.
As you get there, ATR hit. Fuck, I wish those were reversed. Pretty sure that's not gonna be a kill. ATR is a 5 because it's not a Russian ATR. No, wait. Oh, Allied and Axis Minor. Okay, so I do have to specify something, and this is something I also have a gripe against from in the scenario thing, the card. So the ATR in the card listed as a 20L, but there's no 20L icon counter for 20L with no rate of fire, which this is in the scenario. So presumably, it is the red ATR. If that's the case, it gets a +2, so it's at 8. Armor on that is an 8, so it's an equal, which I got turret hit, shock. So the half track is shocked, and then I guess the passenger. Do the passengers have to bail out? They might not have to.
I'm just trying to see this because
Really?
there is a specific 20L ATR for Allied Minor.
But it has a rate of fire, right?
Yeah.
And there is no rate of fire on the one in the scenario card, which is why I didn't use it, because I was like, well, I'll remember the 20L, like,
Oh, yeah, it does say 20L right there.
right? Like, and I'm like, well, I can't use the one with the rate of fire because I'm going to mess up, and I'm going to look at it and be like, oh, I have rate. It's like, no, it's a 20L no rate. So it's very, very, very strange. Actually, I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna double check um the 2 kill table because I know the one in Vassal is not 100% correct all the time, but it is pointing in the divider. It does say the 28L is a 6. So yeah, I'll get a shock on that half track. Do I know what happens to passengers on a shock? Absolutely not. So we're learning a lot today, which is impressive considering. Where's shock? Recall, stun, CE
Oh, I got it.
movement.
Oh, you're looking at that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if personnel have to, because I don't think that causes a casualty reduction or anything, which is kind of surprising when you think about it. But nope. CE removal, fire group leadership. Truck. Okay, I'm gonna see if I just do Control F. This is probably gonna fuck me over, but if I do Control F and hit shock, of course it searches from the front of the damn thing. I'm on page 499. It's like, no, you search from the front of the document, right? AFE-CC attacks, not what I care about. Have you ever had your vehicle shocked when you had passengers?
Yes, I have.
Damn. Okay, so the crew and passengers of a shocked AFE are incapable of any action. Okay, so the passengers can't do anything either. If crew exposed, they are immediately button up and are not subject to any collateral attack. However, any vulnerable riders may be as per D8, D.8, which is the collateral, and may unload in their movement phase. A shocked AFE may not move, even to pivot or change to recover arc, interdict attack, even in CC. Oh, okay. The riders can unload. That makes a lot of sense. Gotcha.
Riders, not passengers.
Gotcha. However, any ensuing first fire, defense fire versus a shocked AFV that have entered a new hex string is still applicable to 2 hit, etc. on a DR. Yeah, that's all that stuff. Yeah, okay, so I guess the crew just stays inside, they're buttoned up, and nobody in that vehicle can do anything.
Cool.
Yay! My 1 ATR shot got something.
So that's 1, 2. So that's 1, 2. That's going to be 6. This is going to be 9. 12. 16.
Mm-hmm.
19. 23.
Are you counting the +1 from the other vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
26.
Sure. Oh,
29.
I forgot. Sorry, I gotta reveal this. It didn't affect anything, but
29.
Mm. Could you
29.
have seen?
I'm gonna go 30. And then
Does this get
33, 34, 35, right there.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, let's put it right in motion right there. Okay. This guy's gonna go for 1.
It gets revealed. Sure. Ooh, the Panzerjäger 1. Ooh.
2.
Okay.
3.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay, just for shits and giggles, I'll shoot at him. But I think this is a waste of a shot. But huzzah! No, wouldn't matter in any case.
5.
Sure.
6, 7.
And hedge does not cause bog, right?
It does
it's
for
fully
half tracks,
yeah,
not
because it's
full
fully
tracks.
tracked, right? Yeah, we were over this last time, I think. Cool.
8, 9.
Sure. Oh, I should do
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Sure.
Motion. One,
Okay.
2,
Mm-hmm.
3,
Sure.
4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
Will subsequent as a 2 up 2. Damn it.
You
And counter.
cannot, because you already used the you're a half squad and you can only use the support weapon. You can't, or you're inherent. You can't use both.
That's one final firing.
No, I'm saying like since you already used the support weapon, you can't use your inherent firepower.
What? That's bullshit. I don't know, it didn't matter anyways.
Um, where was I on that? So 1,
3, 4, 5, 6,
2,
7,
3,
8,
4, 5,
9,
6,
10.
7, 8, 9. Well, if I start here, it's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I counted one extra. My bad.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. One, 2, 3, 4,
Hmm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I guess technically I should be rolling the residual.
11, 12, 12 right there.
I'm gonna say that first shot will roll. So I'm gonna say that that guy got affected by this. I'm gonna just roll. +2, nothing happens. Damn.
Okay. Uh, okay.
Because
So
they're crew
12,
exposed, they would still get
yeah,
hit. So
13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll just say 18 and motion there. Okay. Dude, what are you doing?
what are you doing?
2.
Gets revealed. Sure, I will take shot from this gentleman. 2 up 2. Damn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You're lucky.
Did you roll for it here too?
Oh, you only went through that one. You didn't go through DD2.
Oh, yeah. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
You're gonna be so
And
mad when like all these I shoot you in the back with all these things and then you just blow up.
well, we'll see.
I'm so
Uh,
sad those weren't wires.
3,
Fuck.
6, 9, 12, plus 4 is 16, 20, 23.
Sure. Like you try to put your faith in the scenario designer and they do that to you. It's garbage.
3. Go ahead and roll.
1 up 2, and then I will take a subsequent with EE6 or another 1 up 2. You're good.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead.
Huzzah! Oh no, +2, nothing. God, so close. If it wasn't for the +2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 12. Plus 3 is 15. 18. 18 plus 21. And I'll stop.
Sure.
Okay. Defensive fire.
None, because, I mean, what else can I do?
And
No advancing, maybe?
no advances.
No routes. Take off residual. No advances. No close combat. I think we can see what the problem of this scenario is. Like with many half-board scenarios with exit VP, where you can simply drive the entire map.
Unless you have some sort of random miracle, I've already won.
Oh, of course. Like it's not a.
So
you're
it's like,
playing
I
the
don't know.
boring way. Like I'm here trying to
I-
have fun. You're like, oh, what if I win on turn 1? Roll your shot.
Rolling shock.
Damn. Oh, fuck. Come on.
I'm okay, guys.
Let's reveal this. We'll go to prep fire. We'll see what I can get here. In the prep fire, ATR hits. All right, that's definitely a kill. What's your bailout on those guys?
I think it's a burning rack.
6 plus 2, 8. Your armor is 1. Yeah, that will be a burning rack. Wow, I'm glad. I'll take that. That is him prepped. Now we're gonna do the Willy Wonka ass. I should probably flip that over. We're gonna go to movement because nobody else can really affect anything. So how do I get everybody into shooting position? That really does not help me out. I'm just gonna reveal these guys because I don't think it even really matters. We're gonna CX 1, bypass 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6.
Okay.
This guy, reveal, same thing. CX. He is LMG. So bypass 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This guy, CX, bypass 1, 2. Yeah, I kind of have to do the same thing. 4, 6. So just take this off for now. These guys will CX. We're going to go bypass 1, bypass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I might as well just wait there for now in case there's a miracle going on. 248 and CC3 CXs goes to BB3 for 2. Presumably no shots or whatever, but obviously anything happens, you feel free to shoot. 4, 6. DD4 is going to CX. We'll go 2, 4, 6. And these guys in EE6 will go 1, 2, 4. Maybe I can CC a vehicle and get a moral victory here. That is it for movement.
I have no defensive fire.
Cool. No advancing as far as I could possibly imagine. Unless I wanted to do... there is a building there. I'm just, for shits and giggles, I'm going to try the one up. It is +3 because I am CX. Never mind. Dang. No routes as far as I can imagine. Everything else does apply though, so I'm going to try and manage this. So 248 in EE4. If I'm, man, do I still have to do patsies if I'm elite allied minor? Yeah. Eh?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good. So that's one guy gets in there. Guy with the LMG is going to go into X3. Guy in Z3 goes to Y3. Stack in AA5 is going to... I might just send everybody. I'll just send everybody to Z4. Guy in AA4 goes to Z3. And because I can... Do I send him... Odds left, even right. Damn it. Okay. Patsy makes it. All right, let's see what kind of damage can be inflicted here. There is no ambush roll for either. So we're just going to do CC2 first, because why not? I am a half squad. So the number is going to be insanely low anyways. There's a +2 for you being in motion. So, no way.
Talking about the one up the top one on top.
Yeah, CC2 first. So that, obviously, well, I was close, but no cigar. Yeah, you're at, like, I don't even know how that's counted. It's just the machine gun, and it would be a 4, but you're in motion. So it's a 1-on-1, I think?
Well, wouldn't it be 2-to-1 plus, where is it?
I don't think you'd be 2-to-1, because you would be, because, you're counting the 4 firepower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're halved because you're in motion, and then you use that as a ratio.
No, so 1-to-1.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So that becomes a melee, even though you can run out of it. Then over here, it's just a strict plus, yeah, nothing happens. Cool.
Okay.
German Atoin 2.
Alrighty. Wind. Nothing. Cool. No
Damn.
fire.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. Damn, can't do it. I was going to say we should check for blaze spread, but it would have been pinned because it was your turn anyways. And then it's not attached to anything, unfortunately.
Alright. So, these guys go off.
Not true. Wrong. Wrong. You're an S1, buddy. You get to move to R0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm in range. Ah! It's a +2, +5, +6 total. Damn. You tried to. You thought though. You thought. How dare you?
I didn't think you'd shoot at that one, to be honest.
Fucking why not? What else? What do you think my chances are any better against this guy?
I'll do this one then.
I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha! Machine gun here. Nope. Same problem. I'm not having the leader direct him because that would be silly.
Okay. Goes here.
Sure.
Goes here.
Yep.
And off the board.
Okay.
This one goes here.
You can try, sure. Yep.
I'm gonna bypass this one
Fine.
to here.
AT rifle, guided, missile seeking guidance from the leader. It would be just a +5, I believe, which unfortunately is still too much.
Alright,
And then it's GG because I can't. There's not enough firepower for me to be able. Unless how much manpower you got in there?
in that half track.
In all of them, because you don't have to. I don't know why they're concealed. You can unconceal them.
This is 1. This is 3. This is 4.
Just unconceal them. you dork. They're all half squads.
I know.
Yeah. So.
There you go.
Oh, because the 9-2, yeah, 3, and then.
Yeah.
So 5. So as long as you don't exit one more guy.
This lad.
Yep. I will take a shot with the last guy. It is a 1 up 4. Damn. All right, game. No, that's I think we've seen this problem before. I forget who's the last person who benefited from a scenario like this. Um Obviously I picked the scenario just because my arm is still fucked up. So I was hoping that it would be less movement, which is technically true on the Dutch side, but it's definitely it definitely is a scenario that has an overlooked position and thus makes it shitty. Because if the scenario said you have to follow the roads, then the roadblocks wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I really think this scenario is screwed itself by having roadblocks versus wires, which is strange to say because if you're on a wire, what's the man, where's the chart? I'm trying to think what's the bog situation of going over a wire as a vehicle.
Um, you would have to take a bug check.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to think like is wire +5 on bog or 3 or why is that
I
not
think it
there?
depends on the type of vehicle because I think for tracked it's +2.
I know, yeah, tracked I wasn't worried about. It was more the
The half tracks and stuff.
to be honest, so I thought you would lead with the armored cars because I was like, "Oh, well, if the armored cars go first, um it's something that I think just like doesn't really get talked about enough is like the vehicle smoke. I really thought that armored cars would come first, you'd vehicle smoke, and then you'd progress with the other vehicles behind it because it doesn't really matter if you lose one movement point for the like in that one hex
Yeah.
because as long as you know you're getting the plus TEM type shit, then that's really like where the
Well,
bonus is.
you know why I
Where the
did it?
fuck is?
So I was like, well, because in my head I was like, well, armored cars that takes like 3 or 4 movement over open ground. So, and if it's like that, the other half tracks and stuff are probably gonna get bogged down with all the armored cars in the way or something. So that's why I made all the half tracks go first.
I guess like yeah, if you have them all stacked like one behind another, but I was under the assumption that um obviously I thought it was wire. And I was seriously convinced it was wire, so I was like, okay, well if it's wire, then like
I
you'll try
I
to split the guys half half or something.
I still don't know what it is. Legitimately thought it was a roadblock.
But can you like I'm not crazy, right? Like when you look at it, you can kind of see how I would interpret it as wire. Because I'm thinking like from a top down view, wires in the middle, and it's like just two pieces of wood that's like holding it, upright.
I see what you're saying, but the
Yeah.
problem is that like I can't like there's no good enough zoom function on this thing to really have me let me have a really great look on it.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and like the zoom's not gonna matter anyways, or at least I can't imagine. Where the fuck is wire in this? I seriously have to go to the index because I can't find wire in the B fucking area?
I don't know. I
Wire B26 because it's like the first thing I guess. God damn. Okay, yeah. So wire, of course, would it say here? Vehicles are never placed beneath. Blah blah blah. Cost of so wire location cost 4 plus cost of terrain. Instantly, like that would make me feel better because you're having to spend that much more.
Mhm.
Bog check is well, one, you're doing bog checks, so whatever the vehicle ground pressure, all that crap, and then um +2 for wire. It's just +2. Interesting. I thought that I figured that armored cars or something would get a bigger plus, but I guess if you're doesn't matter. Wire is just +2. But yeah, I think this is a scenario that, like I said, I think has a serious issue in that it gives you roadblocks, or we presume it gives you roadblocks. But if it gives you roadblocks, then like, what's the point? why would you ever go into the village if there's only two goddamn roads, right? Because I was like, after the fact, I was like, well, I can't place them in certain spots that would be like too abusive because after the fact, right? Because like I could just do roadblock. Well, I don't think I can technically do roadblock in certain directions, but it either you have to have the roadblock in like these spots, right?
Hmm.
And then like you're not gonna drive through the village anyway. So do the Dutch just like completely set up in these like three hexes? And if you do, like, okay, but that's fucking boring as shit. Like it's not
Well, well,
engaging. It's not
the
like
thing with that is that even if you have them all there, I have DCs and my guys are elite, so I just pile. I have 92 liters, so I just pile all them onto like a roadblock and just roll for clearance.
for
But
sure. Like there's the off chance that it doesn't work, right? But
yeah,
I think like just in my mind, like okay, you have roadblocks, so the the Germans should never feel incentivized to go through the town then. Like you're just gonna go
yeah,
around.
yeah.
And that's the around is where there's it costs the least amount of points to get through. So like well, what do you care that like you can't that the roadblock takes effect, so and like
I I I already looked it up on Scenario Archive. There are zero plays for this, so
I'm I will say I am shocked by that revelation because it is an old pack and generally speaking the old packs would have something like even the most the crappiest of scenarios you would assume have some plays, but very strange, like only one scenario in this has ever been played allegedly, or at least maybe on ASL archive. One's got a rating, but does it have plays on I don't think it does because I think the archive is supposed to show.
I
Um,
like how on the location for it
yeah, it doesn't.
in Scenario Archive they put it in Belgium. Like, come on, guys.
What? Oh, right. In the yeah. It's like couldn't be further from Frener. Yeah, it's not in Frener. It's, unless Maastricht has somehow been removed, which as I zoom out, it's right fucking there. So, yeah, no, I mean, I, I've I don't think it needs to be repeated over ad nauseum. I think this is a scenario that, like other scenarios we've played before, it falls flat because the Belgians are extremely limited in every way in how they set up. If they get
Mm,
roadblocks,
Dutch.
or sorry, right, the Dutch. If they have roadblocks, then like what's the German has no reason to ever enter the town, and like are you as the Dutch with no rate of fire on 20L ATRs, like sure you can kill a vehicle or two, maybe your LMG gets lucky, but like are you blowing up everything? Probably not. Are the 248s like even with a 4 firepower, I had really good rolls like all things considered, my IFT 609, yeah, I was rolling really well on just like even the collateral attacks or like even the residual firepower and shit. So it's like imagine you turn that up a notch and you bring some of those fours, fives, and sixes up to seven, eights, and nines. Like you're not gonna ever affect the vehicles on with four firepower attacking +2 CE crews. It's not gonna happen. Um, and the Germans are morale 8 for crews, not to mention like their infantry are all 8s. So
Yep.
like I don't think you're realistically really having any effect in this scenario. There's no like there's no gun, which I think is weird that there's no like even just like a bullshit gun. There's not there's very much like nothing. If maybe like the Dutch got like you can move through buildings with one, movement factor instead of 2, instantly that helps. Maybe like give them an HMG that you can have in like, you know, the top level of Z5. Like there's still some places you can't shoot because blind hexes and orchards are in season, presumably, so that like that's some more hexes that you can't watch. So it's not like a perfect Overwatch or anything. That's another way to like spice up the scenario. But as it stands, kind of a stinker. And like the German players, you're not incentivized to ever go through the town, so like, eh, who cares? That's kind of a shame.
I might give it a 1 out of 10.
Um, yeah, like I'm trying to think of positives here. It doesn't use any special vehicles. I do I do think it's interesting that it utilizes only half squads. If anything, that's probably something I should gripe more as the Dutch, because like you don't get to ATR and then shoot at crews, which would have helped at least a bit more. You know, you get an extra boost in firepower, so it's 4. If you give them an LMG, they have 6 firepower. So there's more there. Um, and yeah, like outside of a very specific setup, and if you have to set up that same way every time, then like who cares? You know, you kind of like mathematically eliminated the scenario from being interesting just like as a result. Like if you always have to set up Z9, Z10, AA9, and Z1, AA2, BB1 as an example, then like, and I guess technically you have 2 other squads, so I don't know, you fucking throw them in CC3 and like CC8, whatever. So, okay. Well, the Germans are still incentivized to go around because of the roadblocks. Like, I will always see those roadblocks as being super. Because, like, where else would you put roadblocks? There's literally, like, okay, you put in Y9, but I'm pretty sure a roadblock has to follow the road. So, like, okay, Y9, Y10 is blocked. Well, you're just gonna go into Y10 and continue. Like, there's no same thing with Y1, Y2. Like, I can have a roadblock at Y2, but like, if anything, it helps you more because
Yeah,
because I think we said this last time. It counts as a stone wall, right?
yep.
So it's like, well, I need turret hits then, which, you know, half your shots will be, maybe actually I think less. I think less than half shots are turret hits.
Yeah, it's less than half shots.
Because you have to have uh greater than, like, I think yellow has to be greater than white for it to be turret. Something like that.
Something like that.
So it's like, and you want your rate of fire to be lower, so you technically want to get hull hits more than you want turret hits.
Okay,
But yeah.
I'm getting a little upset. I'm getting a little upset.
I don't know if I'd say I'm a little upset. However,
No, it's just no. Now you're just like seeing the. Now you're like.
yeah,
Like,
I was thinking, yeah,
I was going through when I was setting up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
you could have set up differently though. No, but but
Yeah, well, and then I could have said it differently, but then it's like, what am I doing? Sitting
you know,
in front of a bunch of buildings.
You know what? Make me feel better. Let's CC these.
Alright, let's see.
Hiya and hiya. Ooh, I would have missed on both. Actually, no, that guy's DD3 is stopped. Do I get anything for a stopped vehicle? No. And I'm off by 1.
First?
Damn it.
Don't I go first for vehicles?
No, you always go after, actually. I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you always go after. I think it's always infantry first. But I was 1 off on the on my second half squad guy, so I didn't even get a kill.
First, second.
Casualty reduction on the first guy, which kills him. And then the second guy, I don't think he got anything. And that's presuming he still stays in mode. If he was stopped, then yeah, that first guy's absolutely dead. Actually, that second guy, you might have got a casualty reduction on both, because that's a 5. You're not halved. Yeah, so probably would be kill 'em both. But yeah, no, I don't, man, I don't want to say 1 because it's like that's harsh on a 10, but
It's
it
harsh,
kind of
but
deserves it. Like,
and like the one is not coming from a place of malice, like
mm-hmm.
the way that some of those other scenarios have gotten low scores. This is just one of those things where it's like I just think they overlooked something or they didn't add something, and it just I don't know. It definitely gives off the I didn't read the rule book vibes.
Yeah, like I would feel so
Um,
much better if one of the SSRs was like you have to enter as a convoy.
I was thinking like because when I was looking at this, I'm like, oh, there's probably an SSR about me only having to be on the roads or something, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, nope, nope, none of that. Just you could it's just you must enter as a passenger. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, like I'm trying to read the text here too to see like, man, is there anything that like could possibly, but nah, it just kind of.
I mean, if you want to laugh, you could look at the German balance.
Oh yeah, no, I've like I kind of understand because like it. Okay, actually, you know what? Here's why I would rate I am further agreeing with the 1 out of 10. So because you have to enter as passengers, right? Like you can't just hoof it with them. If
Yeah,
you get unlucky, like let's say, you know, even if you set up the exact same way you did, but I had, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 and blah blah blah, and I had, you know, an ATR and an LMG. There is a potential chance that like if I eliminate or burn 2 vehicles, then like instantly it's game over. Because like if the 9-2, let's say, you know, you've got a 248 with a 9-2, he dies, they're both eliminated, and then you lose this another half squad with the 8-1. It's impossible for you to win because you need 6 points.
yeah,
So it's like, okay, well, you know, you have to have a half squad in each of the SPWs, and if you happen to be unlucky enough to lose both SPWs that have the leaders, which again, like, then your scenario just comes down to make sure you don't lose any leaders because those are the guys that like will really actually, you know, change things. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I think a 1 is deserved here. I agree.
yeah.
That's crazy. Well, in any case, not a great way to start showing off the Dutch pack. Thankfully, we probably will not be revisiting this one for a long time. I don't really think the next 2 scenarios in it, 154, is it 154? Yeah, 154, 156, I really care to see, especially since we have campaign games to get to eventually, especially as my arm continues to heal. And Abda Command and a couple other ones are only in 1942, so we'll see them in the far future. That has been us for tonight, for Saturday. Again, you know, I guess short apology that it's a short stream, but 26 staples in my arms are disagreeing with me right now. So, Monday should be playing with Rob. Hopefully, we'll finish that Sturm group pack, and we can move on to the other Sturm group pack. But that time, Rob will be playing as the Germans and having the Ubermensch, who go around and have like infinite firepower and morale and all that crap. So until then, have a lovely weekend. Bye.